Hi, I'm Luke Vavors. On my left, we have Noah Goldsmith, and on my right, we have Brad Packman. Today, we'll be talking about MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Offense and Defense, and our Super Bowl predictions. Noah?
So to start off, let's start off with Offensive Player of the Year. I think that this player is probably the best. Just the best offensive player. I don't think this player is capable of winning MVP, but I'm gonna go Saquon Barkley. Just too good on offense. I just think he's not gonna be able to win MVP because his team's not gonna do well. But he's just gonna have so many rushing yards. He's just gonna do so well. So yeah, that's my pick.
I agree with you, Noah. I think Saquon's going to put up MVP-like numbers, but just due to his position, not much running
and
back.
due to the team.
Yeah, and due to how poor his team's going to play, he might even have 2,000 yards rushing, and maybe even 1,000 yards in the air. But I don't think there's any chance he can win MVP. And I think he's maybe going to have one of the best seasons we've ever seen by a running back.
That's a good point.
And moving on to Defensive Player of the Year, I'm going to go Aaron Donald back-to-back, and I just think that he's too good. You just see his highlights. You see what he's doing in training camp. He's just so elusive. He's so great, and quarterback should be scared of him this year.
I have to agree with you once again. I think Aaron Donald is the best defensive player we've maybe even seen since Lawrence Taylor. I don't think that's the case, but you can definitely make a strong argument for that. He's such a great all-around player. He's really fast for his position. He's doesn't weigh the heaviest for a defensive tackle or even a defensive lineman in general, but he's just so almost unguardable at times. And he might not put up the greatest stats compared to last year because he's going to be triple teamed, but the Rams defense as a whole is going to be so great because you're going to have to triple team Aaron Donald.
So let's move on to Rookie of the Year, Brad, who's winning Offensive and Defensive Rookie of the Year.
For Offensive Rookie of the Year, I'm going to have I'm not sure who I'm going to go with between T.J. Hawkinson, the tight end for the Lions. I think he was drafted number 7. And he was one of 2 Iowa tight ends to be drafted in the first 2 rounds. I think the Iowa tight end group has been pretty great for the last couple of years. You got George Kittle, you got Noah Fant, and you got T.J. Hawkinson. All 3 of them, I think, could be Pro Bowlers this year. I think that might be a little bit of a stretch, but I think Hawkinson's going to put up great numbers, especially in the red zone for that Lions offense who really needs red zone help. And then for my other prediction, I have Marquise Brown. Marquise Brown is one of the fastest players we've ever seen come into the NFL. He can fly. He's really fast. And with that, new look Ravens offense going to be a lot like a college offense based around Lamar Jackson. I could see Marquise putting up some pretty big numbers himself.
Yeah, I was thinking Marquise Brown possibly, but I don't know. I have a feeling this year could be a quarterback coming out of Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think it could be Dwayne Haskins or Kyler Murray. I don't think Daniel Jones is going to put up Offensive Rookie of the Year type numbers, but even if he plays a game. But I do think that a quarterback will win that award.
I think that Arizona team is going to put up some pretty big passing yards, but I don't really think they're going to be that efficient. I think Kyler might even set the rookie interception record, but could also set the rookie passing yard record just because of how that air raid offense works.
And moving on to Defensive Player of the Year, I think that Quinnen Williams from the Jets. Defensive Rookie of the Year, excuse me. I think Quinnen Williams from the Jets is going to win that. He's just so good, and the media is going to love him, and he's just such a likable guy and such a great player.
What do you think?
I think it's either Quinnen Williams or Nick Bosa. I was originally going to say Nick Bosa, but he's been having a terrible string of injuries even since college.
And he just got a sprained ankle.
Yeah, and he can't play in the preseason, probably week 1 or 2. And Quinnen Williams is a great guy, super funny, very likable, and he's maybe the best defensive prospect we've seen in an extremely long time.
For sure,
He's
yeah.
super duper NFL ready, and you can make an argument that he might be the best defensive tackle in the NFL if you're counting Aaron Donald as an end. I think he's going to have a crazy season, maybe even north of 12.5 sacks, setting the rookie record, and he's going to be a crazy run stopper, super athletic, and I think he's going to be loved by the voters and loved by fans.
Now that we have those regular season predictions, let's move on to our Super Bowl predictions. What do you think, Noah?
I'm going to go with the Chiefs coming out of the AFC. I think Patrick Mahomes I think he can find a way to stop Tom Brady and the Patriots. I think we're going to have a rematch in the AFC Championship game, but I do think the Chiefs will come out of the of the AFC, excuse me. And I think think the Eagles could come out.
Homer!
I think the Eagles could come out of the NFC. I really do. I think that the team they have everything you need for a team. I think Carson Wentz is going to come back. He's my prediction for MVP, actually. And I think that there's nothing they don't have. Their wide receiver core is great. They got Deshaun Jackson, Alshon Jeffrey, got Zach Ertz, maybe the best tight end in the league. And their defense is still great. I think they're going to go to the Super Bowl. I don't know who's going to win that game yet, but I think that's going to be a great game.
Those are some good picks. What about you?
Well, I'm not going to have any biased opinions over here. I think Andrew Luck and the Colts, who I think ultimately I think will win MVP. He's going to have a phenomenal year, and I think he's going to take even more of a big step forward in his game, which is pretty hard to do because of how great he's been playing this last year. And I think from the NFC, we're going to see probably the Saints. I could also see some other teams. I think we could even see the Packers come back into Super Bowl contention. I don't really think that's going to be the case, though. I think this is going to be Drew Brees' last great top 3 quarterback year, and I think he's going to take the Saints to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think the Colts are going to be great. I agree with you there, but I don't think they're going to get past Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
Today we've been looking at the Patriots the last 3 or 4 years or so, we'll see what happens.
And obviously, we can just say the Patriots and get an easy answer, but I kind of want to go for something a little bit more entertaining, and I think the Colts is a great pick.
Yeah,
and for the last one, let's talk about our MVP picks, Noah.
As I said when I was making my Super Bowl pick, I think that Carson Wentz really could win MVP. I think that I think he's gonna stay healthy this year, and I just think he's gonna get back to his second year form.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say Andrew Luck, and I don't really think I need to talk about this. He's a great player, and I think that's all for today.
Yeah, that's all for today, folks. We have Noah Goldsmith, Brian Packman, I'm Luke Vavors, SBC.
Thank you so much.